Hello, I'm Dan from ASRV Rentals and Sales, and today we'll be taking a look at this 2021 Winnebago Micro Mini 2100 BH. I'll be showing you everything in the interior, everything in the exterior, so it'll be all set and prepared when you decide to rent from us. We're going to start in the front of the trailer here with these two propane tanks. They're going to be about 20 pounds each. They'll last about a week or so before you have to refill them. They'll power things like your stove, your oven, your water heater, and your fridge when you're not plugged in. If you do have to refill them, truck stations and campsites will do it for you. Behind this is going to be your house battery. It's going to be for very minor electrical things like the lights, the awning, the slide out. It'll be powered when you're plugged into your vehicle and the engine is running, or you're plugged in at your campsite. You should be mindful of the trailer's height. That means you should watch out for places like parking garages and drive-thrus, although most tunnels should be okay. Onto the left side of the trailer here, we have one big storage area that goes across the front. On this side, we've placed the power cord. This is going to be 30 amps for this trailer. Once you're plugged in at 30 amp connection, all the major electrical appliances will work. That'll be your TV, your microwave, your AC unit, and your outlets. Now in the back here, we have our dumping station where you'll dump out your black and gray waste tanks. All you want to do is just take the sewer hose that we'll give you, just clip it on to the end here. From there, we have two color-coded valves. We have the black valve for the black tank, that's your toilet, and the gray valve is for the gray tank, that's your sinks and shower. When it's pulled out, that means it's open, but right now it's pushed in, which means it's closed. We recommend you open up the black one first and then the gray one to kind of flush it out. There will be sensors inside that will show you how full or empty these tanks are, so once they're empty, you can just push them back in, unscrew the cap, and you're all set. If you have something big you want to put in the storage, you can actually put it beneath the bunk beds inside here. Below that, we have our power cord connector. This will be where you'll plug in that 30 amp connection. And below that, we have our city water inlet. We'll give you the hose for this, but when you're at your campsite and you want to take the water directly from the campsite into your own pipes and bypass your fresh water tank, you're just going to hook it up in here. Onto the back of the trailer here, we have our service ladder that goes up to the roof. There's nothing you need to do up there. We have our spare tire over here, and we have an outside shower. So let's say you're at the beach, you want to wash off the sand before you head inside, you can just rinse yourself down with this. Onto the right side of the trailer here, we have the back of the fridge. This is just going to start leaking water. It's just condensation, so it's not broken or anything. We have the furnace exhaust here. Just expect it to be hot. Don't put your hand there. We have two 110 volt 15 amp outlets right next to that. Just make sure you're plugged in for these to work. We have another TV cable inlet right here. And we have the tank flush valve right below that, which you won't have to worry about. Near the entrance here, we have the freshwater inlet. You're going to use the same hose as you would use for the city water inlet, but this is going to be to fill up the tank itself. So if you're dry camping, you want to use the sink or the shower or the toilet, you're going to take it off of the tank, and this is how you'll fill it up. Next to that, we have the hot water exhaust. I'll talk more about the hot water inside, but just expect it to be hot. And finally, we have the other end of the big storage area in the front, where we've placed the sewer hose that I showed you. We have in this bag, we have the white hose, which is the fresh and city water hose here. We also have this black wire here, which is the TV cable. And we have a 30 amp to 15 amp adapter for your power cord. Also in here, we've placed the crank for the jacks, two in the front and two in the back. And also below here, we have our propane outlet. So if you had an external grill at your campsite, you can hook up your grill here. So that finishes the outside of the trailer here. We're gonna head inside. I can just pull this out like this, open up the door. You can see we have a detachable screen door here from the cabin door. And we have our entry steps right here. Also below here, we have the little paper that will show you all the specs of this trailer. That'll be the dimensions, as well as how big the tanks are. By my head here, we have our control panel and a few other switches. So over here, we have the galley lights, the inside lights here. This is going to be the LED lights for the awning outside. Above here, we have the switch for the slide out and the awning, both of which are going to run on the house battery. So the slide out, as you can see, is already fully extended, but all you want to do is just keep this button on, and then you can just hold in or out. The awning is the same. All you want to do is just hold down out to extend the awning, which will go out about 8 feet total. It's only for shade, so if it gets windy or rainy, you should pull it back in. Below that, we have the levels for all the tanks right here. So as I hold down each of these buttons, I'm going to hold down fresh here, you can see that the lights come from empty, 1/3, 2/3 to full. So I'm holding down fresh. You can see that the freshwater tank is 2/3 full. The black tank is empty, the gray tank is 1/3, and the battery you can expect to be charged. Below that here we have the switch for the water pump. If I switch this on, that means that water will be coming out of the faucets. We recommend you have this off when you're driving, however, just in case the faucet opens, you don't want all your water leaking out from your tank. Next up we have our water heater. You can switch this on and it'll use the propane gas. It'll take up to 20 minutes to heat your water, so just plan 20 minutes in advance if you want to take a hot shower, for example. If you are plugged in, you can also use electricity instead, 110 volts, instead of using your propane just to save propane. In the back here we have our bunk beds, and we also have the switch for the AC thermostat. So right now you can see that it's set to off. All you want to do is just keep pressing this mode button to switch between the different settings. The snowflake here, the cool setting, will be the best option for the AC. But if you wanted to use the furnace, the heat instead, this will run on the battery and the propane, so you won't have to be plugged in for this to work. I can just press it again and it'll switch back to off. Also in the back here we have our bathroom. So it's just going to be a toilet and a shower for this one. As far as the toilet goes, you just want to push down on this lever. Just make sure the water pump is on for things to work. The toilet paper for this trailer is going to be RV specific, so you have to go like the camping section at your supermarket, or campsites will also sell it. But apart from that, we just have a standard shower right here. Over in the kitchen area, we have our fridge. This is going to run on the propane when you're not plugged in, but when you do plug into 30 amp connection, it will automatically switch over. So no matter what, your fridge and freezer are going to stay on. Below that, we have our fuse box. We'll give you extra fuses just in case anything blows. As far as the rest of the kitchen goes, we have our standard house microwave right here. We have our oven. And below that, we have our stove and oven. You just want to take this glass top off. You can just set this to light. You can hear the propane come out. Just hit the burner. And there you go. Just wait a few minutes before we put the top back on, otherwise the propane might get trapped under the glass and it might shatter. We also have a standard kitchen sink here. These covers double as a cutting board. We have a charging station right here that will pop up. We have our TV right here. And above that we have our radio. You can also connect your phone with Bluetooth to this, and this will play on the inside and the outside speakers. In the front here we have our bedroom with cabinet space above here. To use the windows, all you want to do is pull this handle out, just like this. The screen door goes the same way. Push it back to close, and the blinds are just pull down and push up. We also have a dinette area here, which will turn into a bed. All I did was take the top cushions out and lift the bottom cushions up like this. Then I can just wiggle the tabletop off of the poles like this. The same goes for the poles. Then you can just put the tabletop on like that, and finally you can put the top cushions in the middle like this, and here's your bed. We will also give you this envelope which has those extra fuses I was talking about. We have the instruction manual, the registration, and the TV remote, and a lighter. And that's going to do it for this 2021 Winnebago Micro Winnie 2100 BH. I've been Dan from Ace of Rentals and Sales, and have a great trip.